not be vaccinated against the COVID-19 virus for many reasons that are under your control. Maybe you're worried about the Tuskegee experiment that affected black people. Maybe you saw on your local news that some woman got the vaccine and then has some crazy reaction. Maybe you don't like vaccines. Or maybe you had the first shot but you need the second shot. Now you're probably expecting either some celebrity or some politician or some doctor to come out and tell you to get the shot. However, as you guessed, I am not a celebrity. I'm not a celebrity. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a politician. Hell, I live in my mother's basement on SSI. But I know why you're not getting the vaccine. You're scared. What I do have for you is, some call it a story. I personally call it a character that you can write stories about. Now, keep in mind, I did not write this character. It's known on the internet. I will include the link to it below. I also do not own the artwork you are about to see. If you are the author or the artist, sorry I had to stand up, but if you are the author or the artist, please know I am not claiming this work for my own. It's yours. I just consider this the best thing this character ever did. Now, without further ado, SCP-106 is in appearance an old man in advanced stage of composition. He can, or as the woman telling you this story, it prefers to call the thing it, can take any form at once, but if it takes any form at once, it tends to have decomposition, so it prefers to stay as the old man. But SCP-106 is covered in black sludge on its body. And this black sludge causes everything it touches to either rot, rust, or crack. When it comes in contact with human skin, it rots, and it tends to rot and feel like a burning sensation for 6 hours. And SCP-106 can walk through the walls, ceilings, and floors. When SCP-106 normally goes into what's called its pocket dimension, and usually in its pocket dimension there are halls and rooms. That's mainly, each one has a different theme. Basically, either where it's being kept, it usually either sits motionless for days, weeks at a time, or is in the pocket dimension. Sorry, a car just went by. And usually, at most once a month, but at least once every 3 months, SCP-106 will enter what the people in charge of keeping it away from society call an agitated state. When it enters this agitated state, SCP-106 will not only do another car coming, very It will usually do very terrible damage to buildings and objects. It'll also hurt people. When it does hurt people, it usually prefers to go to at youngest 10-year-olds, but at oldest 25-year-olds. But if you are that age, or let's say it was going to attack you, it would drag you into the pocket dimension. Then it would either torture you, it would assault you, physically or sexually, they never say. And then it would kill you and then eat you. Now you're probably thinking, you told me all this is kind of scary. I don't want to hear this. You would not own a t-shirt of this, right? Yep, I bought it, and you know what else? And you know why? Let's say there was a vaccine for SCP-106. Not only could the kids could go run around on the playground innocently. And likewise with this is something you should know. This is the scariest t-shirt I own. If I can wear the scariest thing I own, I can get the shot. Get over my lizard brain. The scariest monster I can think of right now. This is the scariest t-shirt I own, like I just said. And something you should know, it scares me a lot less than COVID. Because I can outrun this. I cannot outrun a virus. And it's getting very close to 600,000 people who could not outrun that virus. And that 600,000 people was in America alone. At the time, it is very close, even if my numbers are wrong. What's more, when you get vaccinated, you're not just if you were vaccinated against SCP-106, you would not be just protecting little kids running on the playground or young adults. You'd be protecting people like me. I know I look 16. I'm 26. You'd be protecting people like Chris Hayes at MSNBC. I know he looks like a 10-year-old, but he's a 40-year-old man with children. Likewise with all 3 vaccines right now. If you get one of them vaccines, you're protecting those that are too young or too immunocompromised or whatever to get this vaccine. Against COVID. Not just you from getting COVID. And what's more, my stepsister was way too young and this was before her age group qualified. And she got the virus. Look, I get why you're scared. It's a new vaccine. Like I just said, it's a new vaccine. And you might not trust it yet, but you're thinking, maybe if I ignore it, it'll go away. Maybe if I ignore this new virus, it'll go away, because COVID-19 is a new virus, and it'll go away. That thinking is both immature and selfish. If I can get over my brain and wear the scariest shirt I own, and purchase it, pay for it with my own hard-earned, not, well, God given to a disability, but that's beyond the point, money. You need to get over yourself. Well, I got over myself. You need to get over yourself. And basically, what it comes down to is get the shot. If you're still scared, talk to someone you trust. And preferably, the person you talk to should have the letters MD after their name somewhere. Do not listen to a shock jock on the radio or some conservative talk show pundit. They haven't taken knives to corpses. And I also want to tell you, get the shot. If you got the first shot, get the second one. Follow the guidelines. Just get the shot. What are you waiting for? The choice is yours.